What was the score of the Celtics game?
Today, the Celtics played the Heat. The final score was 102 to 82 Celtics.
So no, y'all, this is not a joke. This is not clickbait. This is the real thing, y'all. Google Assistant is finally here on the Galaxy Watch 4 as well as the Watch 4 Classic. And shout out to Jesse Orozco, I hope I said that right, for hitting me up over on DMs on IG and letting your boy know that it is there. Much love to you, man. Now, before we actually get into all of that and everything, y'all already know the rules by now. Comment down below how many likes is on this video at the time you guys are watching it. And shout out to all of y'all, man, who ran up the last video to almost like 20,000 views on that one, man. Y'all are just dope as hell, man. I appreciate y'all. Now, first things first, right? You're gonna want to go ahead and go to the settings on your Galaxy Watch 4 as well as your Watch 4 Classic, or you guys can go ahead and go to the settings within the Galaxy Wearables application. Obviously, you got to make sure that the watch is paired to the phone too, you know, just to make sure everything is in sync. You want to go ahead and scroll down the watch software update and make sure you guys are on the latest firmware that was just released that has all the sauce that's in it that we've been waiting for, y'all, since like last year when this watch came out, and that is Google Assistant. So y'all, if you can tell, man, I'm super hyped for this one because this watch literally, y'all, just got that much sexier. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to do is you want to go into the Google Play Store that you guys have, and you're going to go ahead and make sure you have the updated Google Assistant on your smartphone, because it should have an update there for you guys to be able to do that. And then you're also going to be able to have it and add it onto your watch as well. And then you want to make sure you update it, walk through all of that, and you know, it's going to guide you through everything from the watch to the smartphone, from the smartphone back to the watch, and then you're going to be in there like swimwear. All right, so access to Google Assistant, y'all, all you have to do is just say the magic wake words, and that is, "Hey Google," and it's gonna go ahead and open up an entirely new black UI experience. And then at the bottom, you're gonna have all of it. Look at that, it's just getting all the words that I'm saying right here in this video, right here on the watch. It's that good. And then at the bottom, you're gonna have a Google 4-color light that's gonna be right here at the bottom that you can see, and it's actually interacting with my voice as I'm talking right now. And it kind of moves almost like waveforms, if that makes sense. All right, so the next thing I wanna walk with you guys through is the menu in itself. So if I go ahead and go to settings, and if I scroll all the way down to where it says Google, and then I can go ahead and go to Assistant. Now you're gonna see like a new menu option here is what you're gonna get. Now you're gonna get the option to where you can toggle on and off the wake word. I'm not gonna say it here, but you're gonna toggle on and off the wake word here. Now this is basically gonna allow you guys to be able to say things like, and then, you know, it's going to be able to wake right from the watch in itself. Now, as far as the speech output, basically what this does is it's going to allow you guys to be able to hear Google Assistant's voice straight from your watch out through the speakers that's right here on your watch, which is actually really dope, which is something that I recommend you turn on. Now, the Hey Google part, you can either turn that on or turn that off. It depends. It's up to you, however you want to do it. And then the other thing you guys get in here is you get the ability for your account. So depending on which Google account you guys use, you can actually have that link to whatever. Now for me, I have mine set up on everything that I have here within my studios, because if I want to turn on the lights of my desk, if I want to turn on and off these lights that I have on, I can do so all from my smartwatch, which is just absolute fire. So definitely like that, man. So you can definitely link those to whatever accounts that you guys have. Now another thing I want to tell you guys about that you guys can do is also you can set it to be a long press here on the side button of your watch. So all you have to do is go to settings, go to advanced features, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says customize keys, and then here where it says press and hold, you can actually now change this to where it says assistant, and they now have go to assistant, and it's going to automatically set it as the default Google Assistant. So now if I press and hold, I instantly get Google Assistant right here on my watch, which is, again, absolute fire, y'all. We've been waiting on this. Now, to me, y'all, what's actually dope now with having Google Assistant here on the watch is the fact that it can do a whole lot of cool stuff using Google Assistant on your Galaxy Watch 4s now. Now, I'll be doing a whole series of videos showcasing all of the dope things that you never really knew that you could do with Google Assistant that now you can do right from your watch on your wrist. So go ahead and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, turn on all the notifications for all of the videos, and watch all the ads too, because, you know, That's how your boy get paid. But in short, you can ask the things for like the weather, text someone in your messages without ever having to lift a finger. You can turn on and off your lights, which is generally what I use mine the most for. But you can do a whole lot of other stuff with it as well. But anyway, man, I'm hyped, y'all, that it's finally here. But let me know down below right now what you guys think. Are you guys planning on using Google Assistant on your Watch 4? Is this something that y'all been waiting for? Does it change the look and the feel of it? Does it feel like a new watch all of a sudden? Because if I'm being honest, to me, it kind of makes it feel like a new watch. It's like a new toy all over again. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to play a little bit more with Google Assistant because I got some more videos to put out for y'all. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Squad. So what up, y'all? So in the previous episode of the top 10 free watch faces, I asked you guys in that video to go ahead and send me the watch faces that you guys are rocking on your wrist. And just like that, man, y'all went crazy on that video. Shout out to y'all, man, for running up that video to over 40,000 plus views and over 1,000 likes. I appreciate you guys. Now, also, let's go ahead and do the exact same thing on this one. Y'all already know the rules by now. Comment down below how many likes is on this video at the time that you guys are watching it. And let's go ahead and run it up. In this month's episode of the top 10 watch faces of the month, I got some fire ones to show y'all, man. So let's go ahead and get it cracking. All right, y'all, so starting with number 10, and we're gonna work our way down to that number 1 spot. And this one comes from Alfred Richardson, y'all. And this one here is called Giant Leap. And to me, y'all, this one's dope here for a couple reasons. Now, the first reason being is that I like the watch faces that has like a bunch of just different moving parts to it. And you can see right here, you can see the hand of the astronaut, it moves. Then if we go ahead and just see the background here, we have the stars as well as the space moving all around, which I think is dope. Now, the second thing I like is just the attention to detail. So for the battery life, it has the label oxygen, which I think is just personally kind of clever. Then when it comes to steps taken, it has this whole Neil Armstrong quote, small steps for man. Well, I think it's like mankind, but you get the point they trying to go with. And now the face mask of the astronaut, you have the time as well as the date like reflecting off of it, which is kind of dope. And the last thing that I like is the resting state, where it's like when the watch turns to night, it just gives this whole outline of the astronaut, and I just think it's dope. All around, super fire watch face. And let me just show y'all exactly where it's at, so that way when you guys are searching for it, you know, you're gonna be able to find it. All right, so first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna go up here and type in One Giant Leap. So a lot of these watch faces, guys, they're not gonna show right up here at the top. You do have to kind of scroll down and actually search for it through here, but rest assured it will show up here in the list. So if we keep scrolling, you can see right here on the side, you'll see One Giant Leap. Just tap on it, go ahead and press the blue button there, and then you're good to go. So shout out to Alfred for submitting this one. Salute. All right, y'all, so number 9 we have up is from Mikhail Boyd, and this one is called Mood Baby Blue LB1. Now, honestly, y'all, the color scheme of this one, y'all, with that Carolina Jordan blue just attracted this one to me when I first saw it in my email. So on here, guys, we get the steps as well as the heart rate at the top, and then we also get the watch as well as the phone battery percentages, which is actually a new one because typically we don't really get both of those on the watch face. So when I saw that, fire. Now we also get the sunrise as well as the sunset times, and of course we get the date and the time as well as our location. Then to top it off, we got this whole blue lightning bolt that's just going right down the middle of it, which just spices it up a little bit. And the last dope thing that I like about this watch face is just the outer ring that you can see right here that is moving. Now this is the second hand, which is just a nice touch that adds that moving element that I personally like to all of my watch faces. So let me go ahead and show you guys exactly where you will find this inside of the Facer app when you guys search for it. All right, so for this one, we're just gonna go to the search again. We're gonna type in Mood Baby Blue LB1. Keep scrolling. And there it is right here, Mood Baby Blue LB1. Again, just tap on it, press the blue, and you in there. All right, y'all, so number 8 up we have actually was submitted by 2 different people, but since I already showed love to one, I'm gonna go ahead and show love to the new person, and that is David Lear. Or Lear, that's what we're going with. So shout out to you, my brother. But this watch face, y'all, is called ODAF16. Now I feel like this one here, I kind of feel like they cheated with this one because they knew I was gonna like this one, because this one gives me just Movado vibes all the way, especially with that black and gold look. Shout out to all my alphas out there, I see you. But this black and gold combo, man, just screams elegance on a whole nother level. But let's go ahead and break this down real quick. Now, it's more on the simple side, I must add, but we got the date here on the left as well as on on the right hand side of the face. Then on the bottom gold ring area, this is where the battery life percentage is, which I personally thought was a smooth way for them to be able to display this. And on the outer ring here is just a simple hour display. Overall, man, David and Alfred, I feel like this one's a solid find for sure, but I'm still gonna say y'all cheated because you already knew I was gonna like this one. But let me go ahead and show y'all exactly where you guys can find it when you guys search for it within the Facer application. All right, so the next one here, we're gonna type in OD space AF16. Go ahead and press search. Again, we just gonna have to continue to keep scrolling, and then you're gonna see OD AF16 right here on the left hand side. Boom, press that. Go ahead and press free, and then you in there. All right, y'all, so moving on to number 7. Now this one here, y'all, I'm breaking it up, man. I'm gonna be showing you guys the one that I personally been rocking, as well as the one I had in that thumbnail that y'all went crazy over. In the comments, y'all sent me a bunch of DMs asking me which watch face is this one right here in that thumbnail. So like I said, I'm gonna put it in this video right here, and it is called Mind 2022. Now, there you have it. Now, there are 2 different versions. There's a free version, and then there's also a paid version, which is the one that I'm personally rocking right here on my wrist. Now, the main difference between the 2 is the paid version is gonna allow you guys to be able to set the time on a 12-hour versus just having it running just a 24-hour clock, aka military time. So this one, y'all, by far is the one that I've been rocking the most lately because of the layers that it just adds to the watch, just makes it just look so fire. Now, the colors that you guys can adjust them if you guys want to, but I personally like the default one that it comes with, but you can also change it up if you want. So let's go ahead and walk through it real quick. Now, the first bar going from the left to the right we have is the hour for the time, as well as the date on the top, as well as the bottom. Now, the second and the third layer we have gives us the weather, as well as the minute, and then the amount of steps that we've walked, as well as the calories we've burned. Now, the final 4th layer gives us our seconds for the time, as well as the battery percentage. Now, overall, y'all, I gotta say, this watch face here is a must-have in your collection, so go get it, go get it, go get it. Now let me go ahead and show you exactly where you guys can search for this one inside of the application, so that way you guys can get it. All right, so this next one here, y'all, this one here is the Mind 22. So we're just gonna type in Mind, M-O-N-D 200 or 2022. Press go. Now again, this one's gonna have 2 different versions. So we're gonna have a premium version, which is the one that I have, which I think is just like $1.99. Then if we keep scrolling, if you don't wanna have to pay, then you can go ahead and just get the free one right here. Press this one right here. Now again, the difference between this one is you only get a 24-hour clock versus on the other one here, you do get the 12-hour clock. So you're gonna get more of a standard time versus getting more of the military time that you get on the other one. But that's basically how you guys are gonna find that one. Highly recommend you guys check that one out. Now, this next one, guys, number 6, was submitted by Rashesh. Hope I said your name right. Now, this one is called Dominus WOO Gear. Now, this one here gives me just grab just my suit and tie and let's just go somewhere fancy for no reasons type vibe. Now, this watch face, y'all, is by far the most expensive looking watch face that I think I've ever had here on the channel, and one that I'm glad Rashesh, again, hope I said your name right, brought to my attention. So let's go ahead and break it all the way down. Now, right off the bat, y'all, we have this metallic steel finish that just gives me this premium look to start with. Then we have this nice looking Dominus Matthias logo that's right here in the center that's gonna add to this premium look. Now, as far as the complications, we have the date and the time, of course. We got our heart rate, as well as the steps taken, as well as the battery percentage. But I like how they actually displayed it because it looks like it's like a car gas tank gauge, which I personally think was a nice touch. And just overall, y'all, the color scheme, which you actually can change if you want to, but I personally think the color combo to this metallic finish is just fire. Now, overall, guys, it just makes one a must add to your collection. Dope find, Rashesh, again, hope I said your name right, but let me go ahead and show you exactly where you guys can find this and search for it within the Facer application. All right, so the next one, we're gonna type in Dominus, and then we're gonna type in the up and down bar, space, WOO WOO Gear. Boom, press go. And now for this one here, again, we're just gonna scroll down until we actually find it. So we're gonna keep scrolling down, scrolling. Here we go, Dominus WOO Gear right here. Boom. Pull that one up. pay for it, and then you in there. All right, y'all, so before we go ahead and move on to the top 5, I want you guys right now, go ahead and hit that like button down below so that way we can get this video out to more people. Y'all already know how this YouTube thing works. Now, the more y'all like this video, the more people and more dope watch faces that we get submitted here on the channel that I get to show to y'all. All right, y'all, so number 5 comes from Jules or Joels out there from Cali. Shout out to you, fam. Now, this one here is called Algolume Hybrid. I'm still trying to figure out where the heck they get these long names from, but anyway, it's probably one of the best finds from a whole moving parts perspective. So much, it's a lot to break down here, so let's go ahead and break it down. So the first thing that I don't usually start here, but let's go ahead and start with the resting state. Now you can see right here, it gives this whole bluish glow vibe that's just perfect for any dark situation. Probably not if you in the theaters or something like that, but for everyday use, absolute fire, y'all. Now let me go ahead and show you guys what happened when you wake it up. So fire, man. Y'all see that slide in effect? Now, on the left-hand side, you got this whole vibrant blue that gives us the time as well as the amount of steps that we've taken. Then on the right-hand side, we get the date as well as the seconds in this small little area right here, as well as a gauge for our battery percentage, which, if I'm just being honest with y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to actually understand and read, but basically, this whole little red dial that you see right here, it actually shows you the battery health, and then when it gets closer to the red, that means it's dead. I know that kind of rhymed, didn't it? But anyway, y'all, shout out to Jules, man. I rock with this one. So let me go ahead and show you guys exactly where you guys can get it and search it for within the application. All right, so this next one here, again, I don't know where they be coming up with these names, but it's Algolume Hyper Extra. And again, we're gonna do the spacer straight up and down and then hybrid. Press go. Then boom, again, we're just gonna scroll down until we find it. Boom, right here, Algolume Hyper Extra Hybrid. Boom, you in there. All right, y'all, so the next 4 is all by the exact same maker, and honestly, any one of these y'all could have been number 1, but we're gonna start at number 4 and work our way down. Now, it comes from Vincent from Georgia, and this one, y'all, is called FRMCO2. This one, y'all, is just so clean. I love to watch faces or clocks that uses words over numbers. It just, I don't know, it just do something to me, and it just makes it look timeless, but yet modern at the exact same time, if that's even possible. But anyway, let's go ahead and break it down. Now, at the top, y'all, we have the day that is actually inside of this red little ribbon thing, which is actually a perfect accent to this whole monochrome looking watch face. And then just below that, we have the day of the week in this nice font style that they chose. Then we have the whole time, as well as just below that, we have our steps as well as calories burned, battery percentage, and our heart rate. Really, y'all, all of the essentials that you guys need is in this watch face right here, and I would probably swap out like the heart rate for some, but again, I'm just nitpicking, but I would probably do like my phone battery health if that was a thing to do, but that's just me. But anyway, overall, Vincent, y'all, this one here is a fire watch face, and shout out to you, man, solid find. But let me go ahead and show you again where you guys can find it and search for it within the application. All right, so this next one here, we're gonna type in FRMCO2. Boom, press go. Boom, right here at the top, FRMCO2. Tap on that, press free, and you in there. All right, y'all, so next one is number 3. This is also from Vincent. He got 2 in here, and this one is called FR Assistant 1224. Now, although, y'all, this one's dope, I didn't like the whole pump fake that they gave me in the photo with this tan looking color at the top, but then when you actually add it to your watch face, it's like a blue one, which I'm not mad at the blue color because it is that Carolina Jordan blue that I like, but I also was expecting this whole Sand City tan color as well, but you know, I see the pump fake that you did. Yeah, they got me with the hezzy, but anyway, y'all, so the movement aspect in the seconds area with this red streak going around is super fire. Then we have the weather up top, but not only does it actually show the weather, it shows the forecast as well. So today was kind of cloudy and sunny outside, then that's exactly what it showed here at the top of the watch face. I'm assuming, y'all, if it's like raining or snowing, that this is gonna change to that, which would just be super dope. Now, the next thing that we have, of course, is the heart rate. We got our battery percentage, calories burned, as well as the steps taken. All around, y'all, this is a fire watch face. So let me go ahead and show you real quick how you can find it right here in the application when you search for it. All right, so this next one here, we're gonna type in FR Assistant. Now for this one, we have to scroll forward. Boom, right here, FR Assistant 1224. Tap on that. Boom, just like that, you in there. All right, y'all, so last one before we get to that number 2 spot, and this one is called FRACO2 by Tyler N. Not even gonna try to pronounce your last name, my guy. Now, this one here is a fire, man. Obviously, starting off, I'm digging the color setup and the scheme that they got and the layout. all dope. So on this watch face right here, we get the date, we get the time, of course, as well as the weather on the side right here. Then we get the heart rate and then the battery percentage, which I wish they would have actually changed the font color so that way we can actually see it. Like if they would have changed it to white, I think it would have been better, because like literally the black blends right into the black area right here on the watch, and you know, just kind of makes it hard to see. But again, overall, man, this watch face here submitted by Tyler N. Not gonna try to pronounce your last name. It's really dope. So let me show you guys real quick how to find it. All right, so this next one, we're gonna type in FRACO2. Boom. Type that in there, scroll down, boom, it's right here in the next row. FRACO2. Boom, just like that, you in there. All right, y'all, so we down to that #1 spot, and this one is personally from myself that I chose, so I'm happy with it, because we're gonna save some of the other ones that people submitted for the next month. But this one here is called FR Milieu. Now, this one here is dope, man. It's kind of similar to the one I showed y'all as #3. So around here on the watch face, we got each day of the week, and then whatever day that it is the day that's gonna be highlighted. And then in the top middle area, we get a look at the weather along with the date. Now, in the middle here, we get the time, but in the text form, which again is a bonus, y'all already know I like. We also get our heart rate just below it, and then we also get our track steps and our battery watch percentage. Overall, y'all, I think this one is a fire watch face that you gotta add to your collection. Actually, y'all, I feel like this entire list is actually a pretty strong list. So shout out to all of y'all, man, that came through with the submissions. But let me show you real quick how you can get this watch face. All right, so this next one, we're gonna type in FREU. Boom. Type that in like that. Again, we're gonna have to scroll down until we find it. All right, boom, there we go right here. FR Milieu, or Milieu, I think that's how you pronounce it. Boom, tap on the free and you in there. Now also real quick, if you guys wanna get your watch face that you guys are rocking in the next episode, episode 6, make sure you guys send in the following to this email right here on the screen. Your name, where you guys are from, a photo of how it's actually set up on your watch, as well as the name of the watch face and which application you guys got it from. So that way I can actually get it, recreate it, and get it right here on the channel in the video. Also, make sure you guys like this video. Also, man, don't be sending me your own personal watch faces for me to actually promo it, so that way you guys can sell it and have me do all of that. But because this ain't that type of party, we ain't on that type of energy over here. Their message will go straight in the trash. So there you guys have it, man. Episode 5 of the best Galaxy Watch 4 watch faces. Again, if you want your setup to be featured in the next video, go ahead and send it to the email address at ckidwatchfaces@gmail.com, and I'll get you in on the next episode. See y'all in the next one. Squad.